now the same thing, please write the second line on the paper. On left side, S like sensing, the line, the middle, the N like intuition, and then where are you? What's your gift? Like I said, I'm much more on the sensing side, and I really fancy people who have strong intuition, because that, unfortunately, is a bit understood side. And I'd love to stress that one. Of course, it helps to go and try to understand what the variety, anticipation, inspiration, change would be, and what's the bigger picture. So make your self-assessment if you haven't done it. So anybody on S side? Anybody else? Am I the only one?
Pasi, I'm S side.
Okay. What made you choose that side?
Okay, if you compare those lists, okay, I'm somewhere in middle, let's say closer to S side. It's and okay, actually, I would challenge some comments here that you say this change is also, you say that CEOs are more into this insight, but based on my experience, many of those, if the companies are not used to have change, they are avoiding the change and not willing to take risk, and etc.
Yeah.
And but okay, I more or less same as you said. If you're comparing this list, I'm more S side, but this is not black and white issue, I guess, in any case.
Absolutely, and here's the catch, because we are now interested in what's a natural you, because we learn at work. So yes, people, even if you are S, so you've learned, you have experienced how to think about the big picture, and vice versa. So we have learned skills, but always one side is more natural. Yeah, that was a good comment, Pasi, what you said, that of course it doesn't mean that all the CEOs are more N. I was referring to most of my customers because they are change leaders. They've taken CEOs who are change leaders, but there are a lot of who are more managing the process, keeping it.
It might be in bigger companies, but if it's about small and medium-sized enterprises, then it's could be neither side, I would say.
I'm now working with one 13 million euros company, and the main owner. I mean, that's going to be a huge challenge to get him to change. So he definitely is not. He definitely is not on the inside. Yeah. Okay. Anybody on the inside?
Okay, Ola, there is questions.
Yes, please.
One interesting thing is because my background is in the University of Industrial Arts, and how much, how can I say, education, training, and studying moves people from S to N or N to S, because when I look at these alternatives, these insights, how can I say, quite badly or quite goodly, just the way we were think these to think.
Okay, if I heard correctly, the question you asked, correct me if I'm wrong, how much people change through education and training and so forth. Yes. According to theory, you don't change. One side is always stronger, but what you learn is to use also the weaker side skills. So you have more understanding that even if me naturally being more S, so I understand that we need to see also the innovations, the variety, the change and so forth. So that's why it feels that you are changing, but it means actually that you are able to stretch on both sides through the self-awareness and awareness of the other side. Does this answer to your question?
Partly, because otherwise we can think that if you are N, you go to the industrial arts or design education, and if you are S, you go to the, for example, engineer education.
Right. I mean that definitely might be that I didn't hear well the question. Yeah. So if you are aware what what is your aspiration? What really drives you somewhere? So then you choose rather that kind of things. So yeah, clearly, I mean, yeah, that I can believe what you just said. Right. So how about the end people? Just somebody saying that, why did you choose the end side? I saw a lot of hands there.
Maybe you should ask to raise hands again for those who are for it.
So end side, please. Okay. Ville. Asko.
Olli as well.
Okay, so Olli, you were the last one to say your name. So tell me, what made you choose the inside?
When I looked all the words S side, I felt that I'm like stuck in one place. I'm not moving. And okay, at least the first part of the list. And then to the right side, I felt more like I have more like space to find the answers from how to say, different alternatives, and
Right.
like moving more. And what I liked is randomizing. That was one thing, because sometimes life is really, you never know what is going to happen, which is not fitting to S side at all. And then imaginative, this third one, it's actually something which I have many times realized that I'm like picturing what could be, and also this out of the box thinking is something I on purpose, I many times try to take as a tool, that let's not back to this one, let's think about what else can happen and what else, how otherwise we could do this one. It doesn't have to go anywhere, this path, but at least let's take this one.
Yeah. That sounds very, very clear to me, and that's why it's also me being an S and you being potentially more N. So it's nice to discuss, because your thinking is also helping me to think out of the box when we are discussing together, like where to bring the business or which kind of customers we could go and talk to and so forth. And what is important to remember, if we take the change aspect, so yeah, N side is much more driving the change, but then the S side is the one which is making it practical. Then that is especially extroverted sensing would say like, okay, stop mumbo jumbo, let's do it. So what are the first steps? What shall we do?